All right, Shalom. This is YAHAWAH with the GMS Dallas Camp. First off, I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Milestone, teaching well, and peace and blessings to the Akim scattered throughout the four corners, keeping his word in truth and sincerity. I'm just going to go into a little bit of Revelations 18, just to talk about how, prophecy and how America is linked to the to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because all the kingdoms of the world and the timeline that things would happen are in the scriptures. If you read Daniel the 7th chapter, and it talks about the four beasts going into the Assyrian Babylonian Empire, the Persian Empire, the Grecian Empire, the Roman Empire, all the way down even unto America. Just going into Revelation. So I'm going to go into Revelation the 18th chapter, talking about America's judgment, what's going to happen to this place. So I'm going to start at verse 4, and it says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues." And that's literally going into us being saved from out of America. Talking about the elect, his people, those that stood strong in the faith and overcame the wilds of the world. So it says, "And be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues," and that goes into all the plagues that the Lord is going to cast on the world, man, specifically America. Whether it be actual plagues, disease, famine, the sword, and all the way up to the thermonuclear destruction that's going to happen to this place. So it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Lord had remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her double." So America, is going to have to pay for everything that it's done, not only to the nation of the people of the nation of Israel, but also unto the whole world, man, as well as to the whole planet. Whether it be the oceans, the trees, the climate, animals. Putting shit in our food. This place is gonna have to. This place specifically targeting a certain race of people. Who we call Edomites. According to the scriptures. Because these people are running the world right now. These elites, these Amalekites. They got a strong hold on all these different nations all over the part of the world, and the main dominant race ruling over these over everything that America does, as well as these other nations, is Esau, man. So like it says, verse 7, "How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." So that's the spirit of America right now. These people, this whole nation, thinks that they can't be touched, that they the strongest, most powerful superpower on the planet Earth. That's why it goes into "For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and she shall see no sorrow." She don't think that she gonna be. This place thinks they ain't gonna be touched. Just look at the spirit of the so-called average American. We're America. Nobody who can stand up against us, right? So let's go to Isaiah 47. So I'm just gonna get to the point. Okay, I'm going to start at verse 6. So it says, "I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And that goes back to Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, going into how we were going to be given into the hands of a nation with a fierce countenance. That's talking about America, man. You know, because who else went into slavery under the hands under the flag of America? You know, during the North Transatlantic slave trade. You know, it was the so-called Negroes, man. There's no other way of getting around that prophecy, man. And I'll go into further detail in another video, going into the that links to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to being under captivity under these people, man, under this nation. Because I mean, who else has suffered through that kind of slavery, man? Look at the so-called Native Americans, Gadites. And then what about the so-called Latino tribes, man? The Aztecas, Incas, all them, Mayans. You know, they were under slavery under the Spanish, man. And that was all through prophecy. But anyways, yeah, so that's why we were put in this condition, man, because the Lord was angry with us. So he polluted us, and he gave us unto the hand of our enemies. You know, but hey, like it says right there, thou didst shew them no mercy, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. You know, which represents that chain of slavery, or that yoke around the neck of slavery. You know what I mean? And it shows you that Esau went too far with it. He took an extra mile, man. You know, raping the men in front of the women, raping the women in front of the men. You know what I'm saying? Butt breaking. All the death that happened during the travels from the west part of Africa all the way to the Americas. All of that. You know, so it says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. And that goes back to what we read in Revelations the 18th chapter, you know? Like, I shall not know, as a matter of fact, I don't want to. So it says, verse 7, how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. So then if we go back to Isaiah, the 47th chapter, starting at verse 7, it says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, going into her, like I said, Revelation, I sit a queen, so that thou didst not lay these things to thine heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. You know, so she wasn't thinking about the consequences. You know, America and the people that rule over it weren't thinking about the consequences of what's going to happen to them for all these atrocities that they've done throughout their whole existence, man. And if you go into that word, I always like to go into this word, lady. Well, if you go to the, where is it? Let's see, primitive root word. Oh wait, did I get the right one? Salakia. Give me 1 second. Where was that? Oh, okay. Yeah, right here. Okay, lady, queen, right? Like it says in Revelations. So, if you go to its primitive root word, and you go down, I don't know if I can highlight this. Okay, yeah, right here. It says, to show oneself mighty, to act proudly toward God, And is that not what Esau does? As a matter of fact, let's go to Isaiah. I think you might know which one I'm going to. Isaiah 14, verse 13. It says, for thou hast said in thine heart, and this is not the spiritual demon Satan talking, this is a actual man, a representation of Esau and the spirit that he comes in. That's right. So it says, for thou hast said, or of Esau being that people, the Edomites. So it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend unto heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregations in the sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. And that goes into that word lady. Want to act proudly, to be proud against God. This guy really thinks that he's up there with the Most High, man. That he can surpass the Most High. So let's go back to that in Isaiah 14. Isaiah 47. It says, verse 8, therefore hear now this, thou that art given into pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am. That goes back to Isaiah 14, right? What we just read, saying I am, I'm the one, I'm God, I exist, you know what I'm saying? And none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children, saying, man, I'm not going to suffer none of these things, man. Ain't nobody going to come up against me and make war against me. Nobody can touch me, But these things, verse 9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries